April 20th. A day when people of all ages come together to celebrate. Whether it's to spark up conversations, roll out jokes, or indulge in delicious food, there's something in the air that just makes everyone smile from ear to ear. And to honor this special day, I'm taking on the challenge of completing Pokemon Yellow with just one Pokemon, the infamous weed Pokemon Oddish. Let's look into Oddish's stats. The grass poison type Pokemon that's become a symbol of 420. Its stats are pretty and its speed leaves much to be desired. But in terms of its movesets, we're sticking to the classics here. We've got the ever-reliable Absorb for healing and whittling down our opponent's health, the standard Powder moves, and Acid. And in case you haven't noticed, we're stuck with Absorb, which has a base power of 20 until level 33, when we can learn Petal Dance. My predictions for the run. The early game is going to be a breeze, as Brock and Misty don't stand a chance against us. I'm more concerned with certain mid to late game battles though. Having to take down Sabrina and Blaine, not to mention Lorelei and Lance, they're definitely going to be a problem. But whatever, I'll still attempt to blaze through the game, so sit back, grab your favorite strain, and let's see if we can make history together. This is going to be a wild ride, and I can't wait to share it all with you. Let's get started. Our first task is to name our rival, so I decided to name him after the first pothead that came to mind. First battle of the run is against Seth, and we just spam Absorb until we secure the dub. East of Viridian City, we fight the rival Seth again, and remember what I said about Absorb heals being handy? Yeah, that means nothing if Peck takes out almost all our health. And even while I'm training, I realize that I don't even do much to a level 4 Spearow, even with a 9 level advantage. But then, a brilliant strategy came to mind, one that can help me through my early game struggles. Alright, so it's not that brilliant, but struggle is my only option, unless I decide to train to level 24 to learn Acid. And I'm not about to waste even more of my life away than I already have. With my new strategy in mind, I initiate the battle with 0 PP. And now we have an intense battle on our hands. Spearow does nothing but growl, so we take it out fairly easily. But next is Eevee, and the slugfest is about to begin. We exchange tackles for struggles, go puff for puff, but manage to take out his little doggo while surviving on 1 HP. We make our way through Viridian Forest, which was also a struggle by the way, and had someone personally guide us to Brock, where the battle goes pretty much as you would expect it to. Then we blazed through Mount Moon and made our way to Cerulean City. Yeah, no, here's me struggling to take down a level 11 Kakuna. I literally do next to nothing with Absorb. Also note, every trainer here drains my Absorb PP, which then forces me to run back to the Pokemon Center after every trainer battle. Oh, and if you think I'm over-exaggerating, here are 2 other trainer battles where I get PP stalled because Absorb is garbage. After genuinely struggling, I finally crawled to the end of Mount Moon, where I had to deal with Jesse and James, who I had completely forgotten about. I haven't played this game in like 10 years, and they proceed to beat me. After that nightmare, I take on Seth again, and this time, we crush him. It's probably thanks to the level advantage, but I don't even care at this point. After saving the life of the young Bill Gates, we proceed to annihilate Misty and her team of Stargates. Get it? All aboard the SSN, where we meet Seth again, who still does not stand a single chance against my green little Pikachu. After solving the 3rd gym puzzle on my first attempt, I dance my way through Lieutenant Surge's team. Then we attend the funeral of Seth's fallen Raticate, where he decides now would be an appropriate time to fight. I mean, I guess this is an appropriate time, since he can just bury his team right after I crush them. Now it's time to fight Erica, and I'm terrified of this matchup because poison types seem to wall me hard. But much to my surprise, we eliminate her in no time flat. Next, we press a button we weren't supposed to, make a grown man shit himself, and out came a key, which led us to another suspicious old guy whose team fell to my Pikachu's might. Oh, and he also shit out some ghost ray vision thingy, which we used to literally send the vengeful spirit to the Soul Society. Next up was Koga, and oh my god, these poison types are actually so damn annoying. Like, I managed to rip through the furballs with speed, but Venomoth is the bane of my existence. I tried so many times, but Psychic rips me a new one. So I redirect my focus to the Silphco, who have been taken over by Team Rocket. And then Seth appears to ruin my mood even further by starting a fight at such a terrible time. We pretty much cruise through his whole team until we get to Jolteon, who hits us hard with Pin Missile. But we survive by the skin of our teeth and pull out the win. After healing, we destroy Jesse and James as well as their boss and save Silco. Before I face off against Koga, I decide to get some last minute XP from the Fighting Dojo guys, who did not stand a chance. After that, I decide to take on Koga at level 66. Venonats were just bugs on a windshield, but Venomoth shows up last and hits hard with Psychic, drops our special stat in the process while we hit them back with Acid. And then he goes for Toxic? You know what? I'm not even gonna complain. We all know that Gen 1 AIs made low IQ plays all the time. So whatever, I'm just gonna take the win however I can get it. Next up is Sabrina, and we one-tap the Abra and take down the Kadabra with relative ease. But the last Pokemon up is Alakazam, and I'm terrified. But then she just goes for Reflect and X Defend, and we won? Now it's time to take on the second to last gym leader, Blaine, but at this point I have such an insane level advantage, so I'm fairly confident I can hold my own. 3 Acids take down the Ninetales, but not before losing a third of my health to its Flamethrower. Rapidash is up next, but we lose no health thanks to it missing Takedown. Lastly, his ace, Arcanine, and this bitch hits hard with Fire Blast, and gets the burn. And then he finishes us off with an accuracy 100 Flamethrower. Like, I'm pretty sure the AI gods were getting their revenge at this point because they threw me a bone with the last 2 gym leaders and then decided to immediately humble me. So for those of you who don't remember, I was level 71 when I first challenged Blaine, so I threw myself at him again and again and again like an obsessive boyfriend, until this battle where I finally managed to take him down at level 85! Luckily, Giovanni was the last gym leader, and even though he had the Nido King and Queen with their annoying poison type, I huffed and I puffed through his team pretty easily. Also, being level 86 did help, but he should really blame his gym leader colleague for that. Right before I can reach Victory Road, Seth challenges me, and I proceed to crush him. Fortunately, Jolteon's pin missile missed, but I'm level 86, so like, it really wouldn't have done that much. Elite Four time! The Elite Four are different beasts themselves, but I'm terrified of Lorelei and Agatha. Most ice types are also water types, so I should be able to do super effective damage, but if they live and hit back with an ice move, I won't stand a chance. And I shouldn't have to explain why Agatha is a problem. Battling a Kakuna in this challenge has given me much more of a headache than 75% of the gym leaders in this game. Those poison types are just really annoying to deal with. Alright, it's game time. And I kill all of her ice types pretty much with one hit. Yeah, that was like Batman vs Superman levels of anticlimactic. Next up was Bruno and... okay, well, Bruno was just another Brock with Pokemon at higher levels, to be honest with you. His team was actually so easy to handle, so we'll just blast through this part. What we won't blast through though is our fight with Agatha. This witch has a team full of poison types, and they were not easy to fight by any means. I did no damage with Acid while she got a para off thanks to Link. Then she switched to Golbat, who was honestly just trolling while I was there fighting for my life. Then Gengar came back out, set up a sub, and hit me with a Mega Drone. But to my surprise, Petal Dance did a lot of damage and knocked it out. Haunter was out next, and I wasn't really too worried about it since it can use half of its moves thanks to me being paralyzed already, which meant it can only use Lick and Confuse Ray, which are annoying but not threatening. Arbok came out and got in a few good hits with Wrap, which is broken in the game by the way, but ultimately went down to Petal Dance. She finally decided to get serious and finishes us off with Gengar's Psychic. At this point I realized that Stun Spore had pretty much no use, so I replaced it with Double Edge. With a new move under my belt and my levels in the 90s, I took her on again. I decided it wasn't worth worrying about confusion and just went straight for Petal Dance to get the knockout on her first Gengar. Next came her Troll Bat, and after punching myself in the face with my imaginary fist for 2 turns, I finally fire off a Double Edge, almost knocking it out. She then heals with a Super Potion, and then I miss Double Edge, but then I dodge her Supersonic, thank God, and finally finish her off with a Double Edge. Haunter is up next, and I decide now would be a good time to get some health back, so I spam Mega Drain twice before sending her on a trip with Acid. Arbok comes out, and plan Steal Yo Health is still in play despite losing some to Wrap. Her last Gengar is up, and I debated on using Petal Dance, but I decided to get some more health so I can live through at least one more Psychic. But then she puts me to sleep on turn 1, confuses me on turn 2, then tries Confuse Ray again. But we managed to wake up and take no more part in this game and go straight for Petal Dance. She actually went for Dream Eater in the end there, and had the AI been slightly smarter than the average teammate you get on League or Pokemon Unite, I would have lost. Lance is the last of the E4, and I'm not nervous, but I don't have Bruno levels of confidence either. Don't ask me why I didn't fully heal before battle, because I couldn't tell you. But Gyarados goes for chip damage with Dragon Rage while I take it out with a few drops of acid. I decide to heal some health with Mega Drain while Dragonair only managed to fire off one Hyper Beam, which surprisingly didn't do much. Dragonair number 2 has Ice Beam, so we go straight into Destroy mode and take it down with 2 acids. Aerodactyl was up next, and I thought this was going to be the easiest thing to take down, but no. Fly, Hyper Potion, and some wing attacks actually took me down. But I don't even try to grind, I just jump right back into the E4 challenge because I know I can beat Lance if I was at full health. Or at least I think. I make quick work of Gyarados and the 2 Dragonairs like before, and then came Aerodactyl. I get hit by Wing Attack while fighting back with Acid. I decide to test the waters here and go with Mega Drain to see how much damage I would do, and I actually got the knockout with no crit. Last up is Dragonite, and I make pretty quick work of it. That's not entirely true. I actually almost threw the match trying out moves like Mega Drain, which would obviously do nothing since it resisted it, but got lucky with the Blizzard Miss and I capitalized. Last up is Seth. My longtime rival, now champion, leads with a Sandslash, who I one-tap with Mega Drain. Alakazam, one-tap with Double Edge. Executor, sent on an Acid Trip. Cloyster, Mega Drain. Ninetales actually hit me with Fire Spin, but it barely did anything. Seth only has just one Pokemon left, his Jolteon. I am actually shocked at how easy this challenge has been. I really thought the championship battle was going to be such a drag. Alright, time for my first attempt at the champion. Sandslash, down in one hit. Alakazam, down in one hit. Executor, annoying, but everything dies eventually. Cloyster is nothing. Ninetales Fire Spin does a cute amount of damage. Jolteon looks happy, but as adults we learn that happiness never lasts. And that's that. This challenge was actually a drag in the most unexpected portions of the game. Where I expected to struggle, I kinda struggled. Where I expected to breeze, I usually breezed. But the parts I didn't really pay attention to or didn't quite acknowledge, only pain and suffering ensued. But we all know what's the best medicine for pain. Happy 420, y'all.